Hello everyone, good morning students. Dear students, in previous class we discussed about the chapter construction, and in that chapter we discussed all topics including in your chapter construction, and we solve the questions based on each and every topic in the chapter construction. Okay, now dear student, we are going to start the chapter statistics, which is the last chapter of your syllabus. Okay, we discuss all the chapter including in your syllabus, which is ninth. Okay, mathematics, and the chapter statistics is the last chapter of your syllabus. Now first of all, dear student, we discuss about the what is statistics. Today we discuss about the chapter statistics. So the word statistics means is used in both its singular as well as its plural sense. In singular sense, suppose that statistics may define be the science of collection, presentation, analysis and interpretation of numerical data. Okay, in singular sense, the statistics means what? It is may defined by the science of collection, presentation, interpretation and analysis of any numerical data. Okay, and in plural sense, suppose that statistics means the numerical facts or observations collected with definite purpose. Okay, what is the meaning of statistics in plural sense? Means the numerical facts or observation. If we it means the numerical facts or observation collected with definite purpose. For example, suppose that the income and expenditure of a person in a particular locality, number of males and female in particular town are statistics. Okay, now dear student, statistics in plural sense have the following characteristics. What is the main characteristics of statistics? Let's see carefully. Listen carefully. A single observation does not form statistics. So one of the most important characteristics of statistics, a single observation does not form statistics. So in statistics we need collection group of any data. Okay, single observation does not form statistics. Okay, and statistics are a sum of total observation. The main characteristics of statistics is that statistics are a sum of total observation. If we the sum of the any total observation, then here the statistics is formed. Okay, so dear student, one thing is always remember in your mind, the single observation does not form statistics. Second important characteristics of statistics is that statistics are expressed quantitatively and not qualitatively. Means numerical data numerical observation of any statistical data is known as statistics. So statistics are expressed only quantitatively, not qualitatively. Qualitatively is not quality of any observation is not a form of statistics. So statistics only measure in quantitatively. Okay, now the next important characteristics of statistics are collected with a definite purpose. So this is one of the most important properties of statistics. So statistics are collected with a definite purpose. Okay, suppose that census in our country is a statistics is a statistics. So the statistics are collected with a definite purpose. The second more important thing of statistics is that statistics is an experiment, are comparable and can be classified into various groups. So this is one of the most important characteristics of statistics. Means statistics is an experiment, are comparable and can be classified into various groups. Okay, now dear students, in that chapter, first of all, now what is the meaning of statistics and what is the main characteristics of statistics is clear. Okay, now we discuss in that section. First we discuss about the tabular representation of statistical data. First we discuss about the what? Tabular representation of statistical data. Okay, so dear student, first of all, in that section, in that chapter, first we discuss about the tabular representation of statistical data. Okay, now first of all we discuss about the statistical data. What is statistical data? First we discuss about statistical data. Okay, now let's see. The word data means information. Simple. The word data means what? Information. Okay, and statistical data are of two types. First is primary data, second is secondary data. Any statistical data are classified into types. First is primary data, second one is secondary data. Okay, so statistical data means what? Information. And their statistical data can be classified into types. First one is primary data, second one is secondary data. Now dear student, we discuss about what is the primary and what is the difference between primary data and secondary data. Let's listen carefully. Dear student, when an investigator collected data himself, okay, with a definite plan, purpose, or in his mind, it is called the primary data. So dear students, primary data collected by the investigator himself. So when investigator collects data himself with a definite purpose, plan, which is in his or her mind, it is known as the primary data. Just say suppose that primary data are reliable and relevant because they are original in character and are collected by the some individual, okay, research bodies from example data obtained in the population census by the Office of Registrars General and the Census Commissioner, Ministry of Home Affairs are the primary data. So the census collected by our country by the CSO, so Ministry of Home Affairs are it is an example of the primary data because of primary data collected by the investigator himself. So it is the more reliable and reliable and relevant because of this information collected by the individual. Okay, so the primary data, what is the primary data? Primary data, when an investigator collected data himself with a definite plan or purpose which is in his mind or his or her mind, it is called the primary data. So and the main features, main characteristics of the primary data is it is more reliable and relevant because of they collected by the individual. Okay, so, and the example of the census is our country collected by the Ministry of Home Affairs is an example of the primary data. Okay, now dear student, we discuss about the what is secondary data. What is secondary? Let's see. Data in which are not originally collected, rather obtained from the published or unpublished source are known as the secondary data. So the secondary data collected, not collected by the investigator himself. Okay, now let's see once more time. Let's listen. Data which are not originally collected, rather obtained from the published or unpublished source are called as the secondary data. Let us take an example. Secondary data are collected by an individual or an institution. Secondary data collected by an individual or an institution for the some purpose and are used by someone else. Secondary data not used for the individual himself, means secondary data use someone else in another context. So therefore secondary data should be used with great care. Okay, so now dear student, now we discuss about the how to present any data, presentation of data. Now we discuss about the presentation of data. Let's see. Now we discuss about the presentation of data. Okay, let's see. After collection data, suppose that in primary or static or secondary data, after collection the data, the investigator has to find ways to condense them in tabular form. Okay, in order to study their silent features, such an arrangement is called the presentation of data. Okay, means the collection of information represented by a tabulation form, that is called the representation of data in numerical way. So and the raw data can be, suppose that the raw data can be arranged in any one of the following ways. First, in serial order or alphabetical order. Okay, second one ascending order, and third one is descending order. So any raw data can be arranged in all the three ways, as serial order, ascending order or descending order. And the raw data when put in ascending or descending order of magnitude is called an array. Okay, so what is an array? The raw data when put in ascending or descending order of magnitude. If any raw data put in ascending or descending order, okay, order of magnitude, so it is called an array. Okay, suppose that suppose that let the mark of the obtained by 30 student of class 9th in the class test out of 50 marks according to their roll number, as suppose for the marks, suppose in the 39, 25, 21, 25, 15, 16 and so on. So this is the form of what? Form of the ascending or this is the raw data. Okay, if that raw data is put in ascending or descending order of magnitude, then it is called an array. Okay, now dear student, the raw data when we put in ascending or descending order magnitude is called an array or the array data. Okay, now clear what is array? When any raw data listed put in ascending or descending order of magnitude, then it is called an array. Now dear students, if the number of suppose that, now let's see, if the number of observation is large, suppose that if we represent any numerical data in the form of tabulation, if the number of observation is very large, then what we do? Let's see, let's listen. Then arranging data in ascending or descending order or serial order is a tedious job. It is very difficult to arrange the any if the large number of the observation is very large, then we put in ascending or descending or serial order is to be tedious job. It is very difficult to arrange it in ascending or descending or serial order. Now it does not tell us much, expect perhaps the minimum and maximum of data. So to make it easier understandable and clear, we can tabulate data in the form of table like that in this way. Let's see. Suppose that if the number of observation is very large, then we arrange the any data in this way. Let's see, dear students, suppose that here marks of student, here write tally marks, and here the number of student, we write number of students. Now suppose that, let's see, 1, 5, 8, 10, 12, 10, 12, 17, 17, 19, 21, 19, 21, 25, 33, 39, 40, 41. and the number of students who get the marks 1 is what? 2 2 1 1 4 3 1 4 3 4 4 1 4 4 1 3 1 1 3 3 1 1 3. Now dear student, let's see here, if the number of observation is very large, then we arrange any data in tabular form in this way. Suppose that here marks obtained by the students marks obtained by the students in a class test out of 50 marks. Okay, out of 50 marks. So marks obtained, marks get, how many students get 1 marks in the unit test? That is 2. How many students get the marks of 5 in their unit test? That is 2. And here same as how many students who get the marks of their unit test? That is 41 is 3. So dear students, in this way this is the very simplest form to arrange a large number of observation and arrange any data in tabulation form. Now in that form, here we write as tally mark. What is tally? Let's see dear students. In the first column of the table we write as marks. If arranging any data in the form of tabulation, first dear student, in first column we write the mark. We write the marks from the lowest to highest. Okay, we arrange the marks from lowest to highest. Suppose if we FR1 5 8, here we put the marks of the student in ascending order, lowest to highest. We arrange the marks lowest to highest. Okay, 1 5 8 10 12 17 19 21 25 33 39 40 and 41. Okay, so first dear student, in the first column of the table we write all marks from lowest to highest. We now look at the first value in the given raw data and put a bar, means vertical line, in the second column opposite to it. Now we see the second value in the given raw data and put U bar opposite it to the second column. This process is repeated till the observation in the given raw data are exhausted. Okay, thus the bar drawn in the second column are known as the tally mark. Here the bar, suppose that here the number of student 2, here if we do 2 bar. Okay, here the bar drawn in the second columns are known as what? Tally marks. Now let's see, and to facilitate we record tally marks in bunches of 5. We write the tally mark in the bunches of 5. The fifth tally mark is drawn diagonally across the first 4. If we suppose that we write the 5 bars, so fifth bar is diagonally across the 4 bars, like that. Suppose that we write 5, we write 4 tally mark, then fifth tally mark is the cross across the diagonally. We write the fifth tally mark, fifth bar, write the diagonally across the 4 bars. Okay, so dear student, this is very important facts of the tally marks. Tally marks write in the bunches of 5 always. Okay, so suppose that to facilitate we record the tally marks in bunches of 5 only, and the fifth tally marks is drawn diagonally across the first 4. Suppose that for example we write the 7 tally mark, 7. So we write 1 2 3 4. Fifth is there, 5th 6 7, in this way, that is 7. We write the frequency 7 as in the form of tally mark in that way. Okay, tally marks always facilitate we record the tally mark in the bunches of 5 always, and the fifth tally mark write diagonally across the 4th. Okay, so in this way, now we finally count the number of tally marks corresponding to each observation and write the third column. Your third column is this way. The presentation of data is known as the frequency distribution. Dear students, after write the tally marks, how many students get the 1 mark? That is 2. So in third column we write 2. And suppose the 5, how many students we get 2? That is 2. 8 1, 10 1, 12 1 2 3 4, in and dots 1. Third 1 2 3 4 and dots 1. Okay, so dear student, this is the this tabulation of any data. This is the presentation of any statistical data or raw data in tabulation form when the number of observation is very large. And dear student, this way of presentation of data, this way of presentation of data is known as frequency distribution. Okay, this way of data is known as their what? Frequency distribution. Frequency distribution. This way of data is known as the frequency distribution. And marks are called the varieties, and the number of students who have the secured a particular number of marks is called the frequency of the. Now, what here a word frequency there? No, what is frequency? What is frequency of any data? Let's see. Listen. Dear student, the number of times an observation occurs. The number of times an observation occurs in the given data is called the frequency of the observation. This is very important word of statistics. Frequency. What is frequency? The number of times an observation occurs in a given data. Okay, suppose that here two students secure the mark 1 in their unit test. So here to be the frequency means frequency is the number of observation, number of times, the number of times an observation occurs in any data, in the given data, is known as the frequency of the observation. So the word frequency, write very carefully. Let's see. So dear student, write everyone frequency. What is frequency? This is very important word. Frequency. What is frequency? The number of times, the number of times an observation, the number of times an observation occurs in the given data, in the given data is called the frequency of the observation, is called the frequency of the observation. Okay, so it is the number of times an observation occurs in the any data is called the frequency of the given data. Now, the presentation of data can be further condensed into the class group. We can represent the any raw data in class group also. In this presentation, all observation are divided into groups. In that type of presentation, all the observation are divided into groups, and these groups are called the classes or class intervals. And we can arrange the above data into classes as per. Suppose that if we arrange the previous data in that way also. Let's see. We arrange the previous data, means frequency distribution. We in that way also. Suppose here we write marks, and here we write the number of students. That is frequency, na? Number of, that is called frequency also. Okay, suppose that here 1 to 10, 11 to 20, 21 to 30, 31 to 40, and 41 to 50. This is my class group, and the number of students, that is 6, 11, 5, 4 and 4. Let's see. We can arrange the previous data in this way also. Marks, that is, this is known as the class size. or class interval. Here the class size 1 to 10 means what? The class 1 to 10 means the marks obtained between 1 and 10, including 1 and 10 both. Here 1 and 10 both are included. So the class 1 to 10 means the marks obtained between 1 to 10, 1 and 10 including both 1 and 10. The number of observation falling in the particular class is the frequency of that class and the frequency. Okay, so means how many students get the secure his marks between 1 to 10, that is 6. How many students get the marks between 11 to 20? Here 11 and 20 both are included, that is 11. Here the class 21 to 30, how many students secure his mark in their unit test is 21 to 30, that is 5. How many students secure his mark in their unit test, that is 31 to 40, that is 4 students. And how many students get secure his marks from their unit test from 41 to 50, that is 4. So dear students, we can arrange the previous data in this way also, means class group. Okay, we divided the previous data in class group also. Okay, now look, so they should thus the class dear student, let's see once more time. The class 1 to 10 has frequency 1 6, and the class 11 to 20 has the frequency what 11. And in the class 1 to 10 we say that 1 is the lower limit. One important thing is that here in that class 1 is called the lower limit of that class, that is called lower limit, and here 10 is called upper limit, upper limit of that class. Okay, so one of the most important thing is that also in that class 1 to 10, here 1 is called the lower limit of that class, 10 is called the upper limit of that class. Similarly in class group 11 to 20, 11 is known as the lower limit of that class and 20 is known as the upper limit of that class. Similarly in class group 21 to 30, 21 is known as the lower limit of that class group and 30 is known as the upper limit of the class group. Same as in class group 31 to 40, 31 is known as the lower limit of that class group and 40 is known as the upper limit of that class group. Similarly in class group 41 to 50, 41 is known as the lower limit of that class group and 50 is known as the upper limit of that class group. Now similarly in the class group, so yes, so this type of presentation of data is called the grouped frequency distribution. This type of representation of data is known as what? Grouped frequency distribution. Group frequency distribution. Dear student, this is the now. Dear student, today we discuss about the chapter statistics, and in that chapter we discuss about what is statistics. Okay, what is statistics, what is the main characteristics of the some important characteristics of the statistics, and we discuss about the statistical data and how many types of statistical data we discuss about that also, means primary data and secondary data. We also discuss about the representation of data, and okay, and we put the any raw data into ascending or descending or serial order, and when arrange the any array data in the put in ascending or descending order of magnitude, then it is called an array. And dear student, when the number of observation is very large, then we arrange the given data in tabulation form, that marks, tally marks and frequency, that is that type of presentation of data is known as the frequency distribution. Also we represent the frequency data types of we also further represent the frequency distribution data into the form of group frequency distribution in this way. We also discuss about that topic. Okay, now dear student, first of all you revise all the topic which we discussed in that class. Now after that, in next class we discuss about the frequency distribution. And in that we also discuss about the exclusive and inclusive method, which is one of the most important topic in your syllabus. Okay, now after that we discuss about the we solve some question based on presentation of data in their tabulation form. Okay, so dear student, first you revise all the topic which we discuss in that class. Now after that, in next class we discuss some more important topic of statistics, and we also solve some important questions based on data. Okay, now thank you.